There's a phrase that no one likes to hear, but every woman deserves to understand. Vaginal atrophy. It sounds clinical, cold, even frightening. But behind the medical term lies a very human experience, one that millions of women quietly endure without ever speaking of it. Ladies, Dr. Emily here, an OB/GYN and hormone specialist in the US. Welcome back to series Alive Again. Vaginal atrophy is what happens when the tissues of your vagina, once full of elasticity and natural lubrication, begin to thin, dry, and weaken due to declining estrogen. And yet, far too often, women are told, this is just part of aging. Nothing to do about it. But let me tell you something important. Vaginal atrophy is not the end of your intimacy. Vaginal atrophy is not irreversible. Vaginal atrophy is not a reason to stop desiring or being desired. Instead, it is a signal, a call from your body asking for care, attention, and nourishment in a new way. What are the silent symptoms women ignore? Most women don't wake up one day and say, I have vaginal atrophy. It sneaks up quietly. It starts with dryness, so subtle you might think it's just dehydration. Then comes irritation during intimacy, perhaps a burning sensation, perhaps discomfort. Some women begin to notice a constant itch, or even light spotting after intercourse. Over time, the vagina loses elasticity. The once soft, cushiony tissue feels fragile, almost paper-thin. And intimacy, something that should bring joy and closeness, instead becomes associated with pain, hesitation, and avoidance. Here are the most common symptoms of vaginal atrophy. Persistent vaginal dryness after menopause, burning or itching sensations, painful intercourse, dyspareunia, spotting or bleeding after intimacy, frequent urinary tract infections, urinary leakage or urgency. Now let's be clear. None of these symptoms mean you are broken. They are signs of a body in transition, signs that your estrogen has declined, and your tissues are asking for support. Physical discomfort is one thing, but the emotional weight of vaginal atrophy is often even heavier. I've had patients tell me, I avoid intimacy because I don't want my partner to think I'm fragile. I feel embarrassed using lubricants. It makes me feel old. I miss the confidence I used to feel in my body. This is the hidden struggle. Women are not just dealing with dryness. They're dealing with shame, with fear, with the feeling that their bodies have betrayed them. But here's the truth. There is no shame in needing support. Just like we wear reading glasses when our eyesight changes, or we take supplements when our bones need strength, our vaginal tissues deserve care as we age. This is not weakness. It is wisdom. Why vaginal atrophy happens? Science makes it clear. Estrogen is the key player here. Estrogen keeps vaginal tissue thick, elastic, and well lubricated. When menopause arrives, estrogen levels plummet. Without it, blood flow decreases. Less circulation means less oxygen and nutrients reach vaginal tissue. Collagen breaks down. The scaffolding that keeps tissue supple weakens. Moisture fades. The glands that once kept you naturally lubricated no longer function at full capacity. But here's what many women don't realize. Intimacy itself, whether with a partner or through self-pleasure, helps maintain circulation and elasticity. In other words, avoiding intimacy due to dryness actually accelerates the very problem you're trying to escape. Let's talk about solutions. Moving from silence to action. The good news is that vaginal atrophy is treatable. You do not have to accept discomfort as your destiny. Here are proven solutions women over 50 are using to restore comfort, confidence, and intimacy. 1. Lubricants and moisturizers. Daily vaginal moisturizers keep tissues hydrated over time. During intimacy, the best lubricants for menopause dryness, water-based or silicone-based, free from irritants, can make intimacy comfortable again. 2. Vaginal estrogen therapy. For some women, low-dose vaginal estrogen cream, tablets, or rings can restore tissue health. But if you cannot or prefer not to use hormones, there are many vaginal estrogen alternatives available. 3. Natural remedies for vaginal dryness. Plant-based oils, like vitamin E or coconut oil, if safe for you. Supplements such as omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D for circulation and tissue repair. Herbal remedies like black cohosh and red clover. Always consult your doctor. 4. Pelvic floor therapy. Gentle exercises and professional pelvic floor therapy improve circulation, strengthen muscles, and enhance sensitivity. 5. Intimacy practices. Regular touch, whether solo or with a partner, keeps blood flowing, releases hormones, and prevents tissue weakening. Remember, intimacy is medicine. In recent years, you may have seen ads for vaginal rejuvenation after 60, using lasers or energy-based devices. These treatments promise to restore elasticity, moisture, and sensation. Is it just a myth, or could it truly be a miracle? Do they really work? The truth is mixed. Some women report significant improvement, while others see little change. The FDA has even issued cautions about exaggerated claims. If you are considering this, do so with a trusted gynecologist who will be honest about risks and benefits. But remember, you don't always need expensive procedures. Many women find tremendous relief through consistent use of moisturizers, lubricants, lifestyle changes, and gentle intimacy practices. Let me tell you about Linda, a 68-year-old grandmother who came to me saying, "I think my love life is over." She had been married for 40 years, but intimacy had become painful. She avoided her husband's touch, not because she didn't love him, but because she feared the sting of dryness. She told me with tears in her eyes, "I don't want him to think I don't want him anymore, but I can't bear the pain." Together, we created a plan. Daily vaginal moisturizer, a switch to silicone-based lubricants, pelvic floor exercises, and gentle reintroduction of intimacy. Within 3 months, she came back glowing. She said, "Dr. Carter, I didn't think it was possible, but my body feels alive again. And more importantly, I feel close to my husband again." Her story is proof. Vaginal atrophy is not the end. With the right tools, you can restore comfort, confidence, and closeness. Ladies, hear me when I say this. Intimacy is not a luxury of the young. Intimacy is a lifelong right. Whether you are single, widowed, divorced, or partnered, your body still craves connection. Your tissues still respond to touch. Your brain still releases oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins, the natural antidepressants of life. You are not too old for intimacy. You are not too late for pleasure. And you are certainly not invisible. So if you have been silently suffering from dryness, pain, or shame, let this chapter be your turning point. Vaginal atrophy is not a curse. It is a challenge with solutions, a signal that your body is ready for new forms of nourishment, care, and love. With the right support, you can heal dryness. With the right practices, you can restore intimacy. With the right mindset, you can rediscover your feminine vitality. Because this stage of life is not about loss. It is about rediscovery. And the intimacy you find after 60 may not only heal your body, but also your spirit. Don't forget to subscribe and follow our channel for trusted, in-depth guidance on vaginal wellness and women's health, because your body deserves to be understood. not overlooked. I'll see you in the next episode of Alive Again with Dr. Emily, where healing begins and strength returns. You are not alone, and you never have to heal in silence.